Hey boys, welcome back to some more Beer Pro Career on Rugby League Live 4, and it is round 23. I knew it was 20-something. I knew it was 20-something. So 23, we are approaching the finals, which is exciting. I do know for a fact that, and not that this is like anything I shouldn't already know, but I thought maybe this would be our final year at the Eels, but obviously we didn't get any contract offers, so this is our second final year. Next year will be our last year, potentially at the Eels. Obviously not guaranteed. We'll be excited to see what offers we get. We're still playing on like the bare minimum because I think, yeah, this was our first NRL offer, and it's a bit dodgy, dude. I mean, we've been probably the best player all year. We're the starting 5'8" for the Parramatta Eels, and we're on 50k. We're on 50k, dude, and that's all we're gonna get. So, I mean, that's definitely one thing. Just a bit off topic here, but on topic for Beer Pro. It is saying that they could definitely improve with the Beer Pro in a rugby league game. Is just the more intuitive aspects, because in real life, right, if a player is on 50k, which I'm sure that's lower than the minimum anyway, so it's a weird it's weird that 50k is the lowest point on this game, because I'm trying to think, it's definitely way too low for a rostered member. Like, that is no way. I think like 100k would be the minimum, but regardless, like if you got a player that you signed on the bare bones and he becomes a starting player, as who was just Georgie Burgess back in the NRL, is going to score a try, unfortunately. But if you have a player that, you know, does that, he doesn't really show much promise, but he ends up, like, you know, being your best player and whatnot, he definitely wouldn't play the next season or 2 seasons on the same amount, you know. He would get an upgraded offer, or other clubs would come poaching. So it's definitely something that I think they could improve upon. There's honestly so many things that would make Beer Pro on this game so good, and it's still really fun. Like, that's the thing that gets me, is that the gameplay aspect of the Beer Pro is really good. Like, I actually think they balanced just Beer Pro really well on this game. Obviously, playing like a winger or even a prop wouldn't be that fun, but I mean, that's the reality. But playing a half, playing a fullback, even probably playing in the centers or a back row would be pretty good, or dummy half. So the gameplay balancing and how the AI and all the, you know, that sort of stuff, it works really well. But just the I guess the managerial type elements and, you know, your player progression, that stuff is obviously a bit lacking. So I don't know, getting back into the Beer Pro here, it sort of made me think about some potential additions that I would love to see. But regardless, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I probably will be switching clubs, because, I mean, Parramatta, in reality, they're not my favorite team of all time. So, ideally, maybe the Broncos, I mean, Broncos are my team. I wouldn't mind going there and trying to get them back to the glory days. I actually don't know how they're going on the career mode here. But I'd love to go to the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Titans. They're probably the top 3. And then, you know, depends who else is playing for those respective clubs. But and I guess also playing for like clubs that aren't going that well is always good fun, to see if you can sort of get them out of the doldrums, so to speak, as we're going to take that ball into halftime. So a 6-0 deficit. We haven't played badly. No real errors from either team. Well, only one error for the whole game, so the Rabbitohs have been faultless. So only to be down by 6 points, it's not the worst in the world, as we put an absolute booming kick downfield. Not a bad kick. It's always tough to find space, and a big shot. Kane Evans on Aquila Uarte playing for the Rabbits here. It's absolutely dropped. So that's the start of a lifetime right there. It was a pretty decent kick out of our own end on last tackle, because tough to find space. But Kane Evans off the restart obviously got a bit of a rev up at half time to get some more mongrel in his game, and he's come up with an absolute belter. So last tackle here, great chance to post some points. It's going to be I think Kenny Edwards putting a kick. It's a pretty well placed kick, actually. And who was this? M. Evans. I don't know who it is, but he's going to take it, get pinned in his in goal. So what a start to the second half. It's been sensational so far. And a beautiful ball, Brad Takarangi. He's going to drop it. Oh my. The try saver. And now Dane Gagai is going to streak away here. We are not going to catch him. Oh my goodness. That is a 12-point turnaround if you've ever seen one. The ball, I don't think there's ever been that's got to be the most like instantaneous 12-point turnaround. Takarangi was millimeters from scoring. He was on the ground. He just dove too early. I don't know who came up with the try saver, but it was could be a match-winning tackle. The ball gets spilled, and then we were sort of, you know, I was probably a little bit down in the dumps with it. Probably should have got across a bit quicker, and we could have made the tackle, but I wasn't really expecting Gagai to race away like that, and he's going to score the tries. We get a beautiful ball again. We're playing well. I mean, this is one of those games, dude. What can you say? We're playing extremely well as we're going to put this one across field. It is a great kick too. Brad Takarangi trying to make up for his mistake before, and we have just dished it up on a silver. No, make that a gold platter. That is fantastic. The Rabbitohs just didn't know what to do with that kick across field. It always confuses the AI, but that was, oh man, we played some good footy. I mean, Takarangi could have scored before. We put Latrell Mitchell through a gap, and then we put the absolute pinpoint kick for a try. That's special play. As now Bevan French gets through. We try to call for the pass. It gets knocked down. Surely that's by the Rabbitohs, though. Is it going to be? No, it's not. That's disappointing. I wanted to look at the replay because I thought he got the pass away, but it would have got knocked by the Rabbits because I was in support. Probably shouldn't have called for it because I mean Cook was there. And the pass, I guess they ruled it forward because it hit Greg Inglis in the side. So yeah, disappointing. And actually, yeah, Greg Inglis is playing, so he was probably the one that made that try-saving tackle on Takarangi before. So unsurprising, Inglis, one of the greatest defensive fullbacks of all time, dude. Just you know, I know people could come up with examples of him getting beaten, but geez, he was a tough man to get through if you had to take him on, that's for sure. Not a fullback you would want to come up against. One-on-one. I miss the I know everyone's nostalgic for old rugby league and whatnot, but geez, I miss the day of Greg Inglis, man. Like I think people forget how unbelievable Greg Inglis was. He was unreal. You know, you look at guy like Latrell Mitchell has come through and he's a superstar as well, but like he's related, like they equate him to Inglis a lot, but Inglis is so much better than Mitchell. Like Inglis was like consistently great. Mitchell goes in and out of games and in and out of weeks, but it just shows how good Inglis was. Like he was consistently amazing every time. But there we go. We do lose this one. It was a honestly disappointing loss, but the Rabbitohs a little too good. See you guys in the next one.